Okay, so here's a little bit of a refresher first off about HIPP. First, H standing for historical context. So as you're moving forward, whenever you see that, what I'm looking for in the source is for you to figure out what is going on in this time, what is it that we've already learned about that is going to help you to understand what the source says. The next one, the I, is your intended audience. So the writer or the creator of whatever it is that you're looking at made this thing for a reason. Who is it for, right? Who do they want to read this, to see it, whatever the thing is? The first P is going to be the purpose. And it comes down to really three main things. Is it to inform? Is it to entertain? Or is it to persuade? So think about why it is that this thing was made and what purpose is it serving. Lastly is point of view, the second P. And this is what things happened for the creator of this source, the author, the sculptor, the painter, whatever it is. What happened in their life that changes how they view the world? So, what biases might they have? Who might they be favored towards? Who might they be against? How do their views in, like, say, religion or family background, how are those going to change how it is that they see things? The reason that we're going over this information is because the slides that are going to come after this are going to follow a very rigid structure. The first slide you're going to get is the source. So it's going to give you the information that you're going to use HIPP for. It'll say who made this thing, a little bit of background about them, and maybe include some dates, some locations, that kind of information. What I want you to do there is to pick out the key details that fit each of those letters. So, for instance, say we have a source for source A, and I believe it's from one of the Spanish conquistadors. Well, identify, well, what's going on for them? Why are they there? What's their purpose? Who are they writing for? That kind of information. And I want you to mark it, and you can draw like a letter, like an H for each. You can use different colors, whatever works, whatever makes sense for you, as long as I can tell that you're processing the information differently. The slide you'll get after that is the source itself. And what I want to see there is for you to write a central idea. That's just giving me a summary. Can you read what this thing says and then tell me what it is telling you? The slide after that will be a check for understanding. The way that'll work is it'll ask some questions relating to the source. So, for instance, it might say, like, well, what is this specific thing that it talks about in the source? Or who is this group of people that it's talking about? The goal there is to make sure that you really are understanding why it is we're reading each of these sources instead of just telling me what it's saying in a very, like, base way. You'll have that for a few sources. It'll follow that same structure every time, like I said, where it'll have the sourcing information, you'll have the source itself, and then some questions. Once you get through all of that, it'll take you back to the CHQ, and you'll have an exit ticket slide, which will come back to that main question of, well, why or what purpose does religion serve for the Inca Empire? What things does it give them? So, that was a whole bunch of information. Feel free to like mess around going forward and back just to get the bits that you need. I would suggest that for the HIPP part to make sure you really get what that acronym is and what each of those letters means. As always, reach out if you have any questions. Google Classroom, make a private comment. I'm pretty good about responding. And good luck.